on, girls, hold it. 20 seconds to win the game. Let's go.
Come on, girls, let's go!
Girls, get the cloths on your heads. Take the time to relax. That's all right. Take a cloth with you, girls. You need to get something on your head. I can come back and get this stuff later. That was outstanding. We got all our fans.
I didn't even hear it, and you're right.
Obviously.
Check. I don't know what number she is. She's the left back. And she went in for a tackle and like fell over. Yeah, Brandon, do you want to just check? Just for a 10?
It was a big head.
Yeah. But then she fell over straight after, which was...
Hello and welcome to Magic Park at Broadmeadow. Round 3 the round between the Broadmeadow Magic and Maitland FC. Both sides coming off wins last week. It'll be interesting to see whose style plays out and comes out on top under lights on Friday night.
Hey Simon, how you going? Good idea. I like your idea. It's a good idea.
Alright, I'm good. You'll see some running. You ready to see how to run? I'm good.
Last season, the home side Broadmeadow Magic mojo last week.
That was full time in our reserve race fixture with the Blackfield Studios Broadmeadow Magic 2 drawing with Maitland FC 2. In the fixture that's about to kick off at 8 p.m. Broadmeadow Magic is taking on Maitland FC in the NPL main game. Broadmeadow Magic this year sponsored by GSS Group, and we'd like to welcome our under 13s BYLG girls who are on our GSS Family Hill deck today. Broadmeadow Magic would also like to thank our Season 2025 Women's Major Partners, Ground Stabilisation Systems, Castle Macedonia Sports Club, the Blackbutt Hotel,
I know, Wixie's starting, she's not on squatting. Emily Wix. Yep. What are you doing? How many jobs you got? Northern, Jets, New Lambton. Far out. Wouldn't be hard. Sponsored by everyone, you are, mate. It wouldn't be hard. Put Zana on the mic.
What?
Is she on the mic too?
Nah.
Get her on.
Third commentator.
I'd rather hear from her.
She's writing notes on your team. I'd rather hear from her.
1 and 2. Right and left winger, mate. No, no, mate. PB. Weekend off.
No, we played tomorrow.
Last week was international. No, they do amateur basketball.
What numbers is he, you know? No, I'm testing him every year.
Kirsty. What number's Wixie? 15.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, mate. See you later. You've got the transfer through.
Yeah. They needed something. She can't play everyone.
It's just dumb how they said last week. No.
I know. So saying it's all but they've had nothing to do with it. They needed a goal.
Amy played alright, to be fair.
But really,
There's no pressure on them, but there's no pressure. They can kill it.
I know, when you look at the last 2 goals, like,
No, you
keep
can't.
it close.
Well, you need her at centre back. You can't just keep taking her at centre back. It takes
We
everything.
miss
No. Right. See you later.
All day.
I go to the toilet.
No, I didn't hear that, but that's me.
Yeah, it's not
Gas
good now.
first job, isn't it, right?
Northern South Wales and Broadmeadow Magic are strong in our support for all match officials at all levels of our game. We remind spectators, players and team officials to respect all the match officials and the integral role they play in our game. Broadmeadow Magic will not tolerate any abuse of match officials at our ground, and any person who behaves in a manner which does not reflect this will be dealt with under the appropriate code of conduct. BYLG action returns to Magic Park tomorrow morning as our Lotus UK under 13s take to the field at 9 a.m, followed by our under 15s and under 17s after that. Gates open tomorrow at 8 a.m.
evening and welcome to Magic Park for tonight's NPL Women's Northern New South Wales match of the round between Broadmeadow Magic and Maitland FC. Chris McPherson bringing you all of the action. Broadmeadow Magic under coach Jason Konjarski are eager to build on their recent performances. He acknowledges the challenge ahead, emphasising that his team must be at their best to secure points against this formidable Magpies outfit. Maitland FC are the reigning premiers. Their disciplined play and offensive threat make them a tough opponent, and they're undoubtedly aiming to continue their strong form tonight. For both teams, it's a chance to secure back-to-back wins after Maitland defeated New Lambton in round 2, while Broadmeadow won a thrilling encounter over Adamstown. Joining me in commentary today is Newcastle Jets Women's captain Cass Davis. Cass, with both teams stacked with talent, what are you expecting from tonight's game?
Yeah, looking forward to tonight's game. Obviously, both coming off good wins last week, and I think Broadmeadow started obviously on a bit of a low note with the loss to Olympic. So, yeah, getting a big win against Adamstown last week will be important for them, and they're looking to a physical battle.
Certainly going to be an enthralling encounter. Both teams plenty of pace up front, that is for sure. Let's take a moment and we'll have a look at how the two teams line up. Starting with Broadmeadow Magic, in goals number 1, Stella Morgan. Number 2 is Charlie Hunter. Number 4, Molly Salvador. 5 is Gemma Lawson. 6, Olivia Otto. 8 is Jennifer Reeves. Number 9, Eva Ninnis. Number 10, Lily Jane Boat. Number 13, Anna Cummins. Number 15 is Emily Wicks. Number 17, Ava Litton, and they are coached by Jason Konjarski. Of Maitland FC, they will have Annabelle Thornton in goals, Julia Innes in 3, Kelly Gorthrop in 4, Sophie Nanadovic in 8, Josie Morley in 10, Renate Pountney in 14, 15 is Laura Neal, 17 Serena Carter, 18 Talia Gosner, 23 Georgia Ramirez, and 35 Mary in Swang.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Magic Park. Your Citizen Sports Australia, Broadmeadow Magic and Maitland FC.
Played the Olympics for another country, coming and signing on for a full season. Is a really good coup for Maitland and a hat-trick last week.
Yeah, that's massive for Maitland. What a great signing, and we could see her talent last week. Obviously scored a hat-trick against New Lambton. I really actually enjoyed watching her play up front rather than in midfield. So, yeah, I think she's a massive signing for Maitland.
I had the pleasure of calling their game against Lake Quarry round 1, and she just looked dangerous. You can see she still hasn't quite found a way into the team, but just trying to work out where she played. And obviously, as we were talking about off air, the absence of Sophie Staples would mean that she is playing at the head of the attack, and she's a dangerous. She's going to be a handful.
Yeah, she's obviously got a lot of experience. Doesn't seem like she's quite small too. So I think she's really good at changing direction and getting defenders caught off guard, which you could see in her last couple of games. So she's definitely going to be key to Maitland's attack.
The referee goes through instructions of the two captains. Speaking of key to their attack, again the match around last week was Broadmeadow up against Adamstown, and we saw no surprises. Lily Jane Babick just using her pace to get on the other side of the defence. She's just so dangerous if you give her much space, and they're quite good at feeding that through ball or the lofted through ball out in front of her. And she's an absolute nightmare for defences.
Yeah, that's obviously Broadmeadow's game plan is to get LJ in behind. She's known for her pace and her ability to score goals when she's playing in central areas. And obviously Maitland's going to have to watch that, try and put some pressure on the ball to stop that ball going over the top to LJ. Because she's probably one of the biggest players in the competition.
Interesting too, Larissa Ryan not in the team for Magic this week. She got a double last week in the penalty spot, but she really added a nice foil. So it'll be interesting to see who steps up at the point of the attack for Broadmeadow. We know they've still got some decent names that come into their lineup over the rest of the season. We know there's been talk obviously of Adriana returning, Konjarski as well, so they've got some options there once they get everyone back in the paddock.
Yeah, obviously having players like AJ and Cassie Corder's back in now, but players like that getting game time
Magic Park for round 3 of the Northern New South Wales National Premier League Women.
I think they're just going to be a team that are going to build. Obviously they signed Molly Salvador as well from the Jets Academy. I'd really like to see her play up a little bit higher though, but obviously they've got Cassie Porter and AJ there, so
number 15, Willow Neal, number 10, Josie Morley, number 23, Georgia Ames, number 8, Sophie Nanadovic, number 17, Serena Carter, number 1, Annabella Thornton,
Waiting the referee's
number
whistle here.
35, Mary
Magic Park.
Number 3,
Nice
Julie
first job of the
Jimenez.
Newcastle
Number
show
18,
behind us.
Talia Gosner.
We're
Number
underway.
4,
Molly
Haley
Salvador
Lawford.
lobs it forward.
Substitutes for Maitland, we have number 5, Lucy
Straight away they go on
number
the
2,
attack.
Charlotte
Nice little
O'Connor.
through ball straight away
Number
looking
30,
for
Tiana
Babic, but it
Frost.
wasn't quite
Number
heavy enough.
22, Georgie Williams.
And we'll roll back.
Number 39, Alexandra Tagarulius. Number 24, Leah Cunningham.
Turn of the ball there. Salvador pushing up. She plays it out in
For
front.
York
Appeal for
Magic,
offside.
we
The flag
have
does
number
go
11,
up.
Tessa Corder.
Babic.
Number 6,
straight away
Olivia
there.
Otto.
You
Number
see
9,
there,
Eva
yeah.
Ness. Number 8,
Broadmeadow
Gemma
going to
Reed.
ace straight
Number
away
5,
from
Gemma
Lily
Lawson.
Jane.
Number 4, Molly
they're
Salvador.
quite a
Number
direct
18,
team, so
Sally Thomas.
you can see that
Number 1,
already. They're
Stella
wanting to
Morgan.
get
Number
the ball
10,
up the other end as
Jane
quick as they
Bellich.
can.
Number 2, Denali Hunter.
Maitland now.
Substitutes for Broadmeadow, we have number 60,
Set up.
Ruby Jones. Number 13, Annabelle
Plenty of space
Cummings.
on this
Number
side, but they
16,
can't
Amanda
find the
Young.
ball to
Number
switch.
3, Ruby Cook.
Turned
Number 4,
over.
Kalani Ryan. Number 17, Ava Vidden.
Certainly done well, Maitland, in the offseason. Some of the players that they've managed to add and I
And in
guess
the starting
secure to
lineup,
keep this
for
side
Broadmeadow
together.
Magic, we also
And
have
ex-A
Emily.
League talent throughout the side.
Once again, welcome to Magic
Yeah,
Park.
they've,
where we hope you enjoy
lost a
football.
couple of key signings, but they've also gained a couple. Josie Morley, one that has played at that A-League level, very composed on the ball, and just great to see her back from an ACL injury, and she's doing well, so she's going to be key for Maitland as well.
Certainly well, as you see, Maitland with their first real attacking raid, but just jumping the gun a little and flagged for offside. Hunter, captain for Broadmeadow, drives it forward. Get free up quarter. Back solid. They try and create some opportunity for swing, and she pulls up a step. Broadmeadow's defence does well. Wicks, as you said, for the time being, but is dispossessed by Amos. Pass inside doesn't find desired outcome. Ball looking for Amos, cut off by Wicks again. She read that well. Send it downfield, looking for Otto. Otto is going to get the head of the attack for Broadmeadow in the place of Larissa Ryan. Picked off nicely. Hunter lobs it forward. Dangerous spot for Babic. She can't quite get the shot on target. Lofts it wide of the goals. We saw last week that Adamstown, their keeper, got drawn out a number of times there, and we saw Annabelle Thornton go to come out there when Babic started there clear. It's got to be a tough thing as a keeper because of how quick she is. So whether you do come out, she's also got really deft touch with her feet, but she can just tap it past you, and all of a sudden you look very silly as a goalkeeper. Yeah,
it must be tough. I was last week trying to give Amy Gosling a few tips on coming out. She was being a bit hesitant in goals, but I said to her, once you go, just make the decision and go. But yeah, must be a tough position to play.
Now, well, yeah, you touch on that. It's been a bit of a challenge for New Lantern, but some good news this week. Claire Coelho coming back into the ranks for some games.
Yeah, bit of a funny one. I had to really bribe Claire. We were pretty desperate. We'd contacted as many goalkeepers as there are really around Newcastle and even Sydney, and it was impossible to sign someone. So I said to Claire, sorry, but you were our last resort. So I think she was a bit offended by that.
That's flattery, isn't it? Yeah. Well, the deal's done. That's the main thing. And as Amos takes a half-hearted cross across looking for Gorthrop. It's always an interesting space. I always talk about the fact that being a goalkeeper, if you're not the first choice, you end up sitting on the bench for 90 minutes watching. It's not like an outfield player. The odds of you tactically getting substituted on, unless you're Andrew Redmayne playing for the Socceroos, is pretty slim. And we see Amos gets a break here. If you get a shot away, parried, not dealt with completely though. She shepherds it across the line and gets the first corner of the game.
It was nice work by Renee apparently there, just getting the ball and facing forward and being able to play that ball in behind. You can see that both teams are liking that style of play.
Might Happy to get in behind and take it on. And swing with the corner. Well delivered. In the end, it beats a leaping Josie Morley, and Broadmeadow will, I think so they will clear it away, but end up coming off a Maitland player, and it'll be a throw for Broadmeadow. There. Ball comes through, referee says play on, and Swing gets the ball at her feet, wide on the left. Threads the ball through nicely. Flag stays down. No one coming through for the cross just yet. Stella Morgan came a long way off her line. She's managed to retreat in time now as Maitland in possession in the attacking third. Morley. Crossed into the box dangerously. It looked like it could have been handball. The referee says no. Play on. He's right on the spot there, so you get that one right more often than not.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Handball rules, they confuse me sometimes.
There's a lot of interpretation that goes into it, especially at live speed when you're down there. And again, the referee's in a very good position to call it. So I always come back to what's the line? It's an obvious position or a natural position? Natural position?
Yeah, natural position. Seems like she couldn't have done much more with the arms there.
It's hard when you don't have much time to react. Amos now pops it back. No quarter. Can't quite keep it in, and Maitland will have a throw. Throw goes long. Maitland appeal for a foul. The referee not having any of it.
Yeah, I like how the referee's letting a few things go. Sometimes if you stop it too much at the start, it kind of ruins the feeling of the game, and everyone's obviously getting in hard at the start, so it's nice to see things just go and let the game be what it is.
It's a real challenge to the match official too. Like, if they set that bar quite high or low in terms of what you're allowed to get away with, I suppose, early in the game too, then as fatigue comes in, you're going to see even more fouls called, aren't you? So unfortunate at the NPL level that we do have a very healthy and good crop of referees that are doing a wonderful job from what we've seen in the opening round, certainly. As Maitland go on the attack again. And Swing has to turn back for it. Gawthrop can't quite control it. Neal finds it back for Swing. Can she get a touch on it? Goes over the keeper, but it's off target, and it'll be a goal kick. We talked about it before, Cal. She's just dangerous. How she can change direction and move through the traffic there, essentially.
Yeah, I just really like what Maitland are starting to build at the moment. Their movement off the ball is really good, and the small little runs they're making in behind Broadmeadow's defence, I think, is going to cause Broadmeadow some problems.
Hunter takes on MS and gets away. High risk move. Now Wicks earns the throw in for her side. Back to their defence. They lob it forward. No one running. Thomas doesn't come away with it. Now Maitland with a chance to counter-attack. I think the flag might go up here. Georgia Amos doesn't seem impressed with that decision.
Yeah, well, we were right in line with that one, actually, and she was probably a couple of metres offside, but sometimes when you're on the field, it's hard to see. It's
amazing when we've got the composure and, you know, we're not trying to run and look on angles and things. It's nice and easy to see from up here. Ball goes long. Ball to ground. And Swing in traffic. Lobs it forward and it's pushed over the sideline by Wicks.
Come on! Set!
Gawthrop plays it across. Throw goes the way of Broadmeadow. Certainly no love lost out there early. There's plenty of emotion from a few players, even some ongoing constructive criticism for the referee? Feedback?
Yeah, there's a little bit. It's sometimes it's good to see everyone getting fired up, but obviously you've got to keep that respect for the referees.
Certainly do. As we see Maitland now trying to bring it out of their defence. Ball lofted forward, looking for end swing. It's going to be a foot race. Lawson with the head start calmly plays it back to Stella Morgan. Broadmeadow clear it and we'll have a throw. Ball back in, can't be controlled, and the throw will go the other way now for Magic. Immediately look to go long, but it's picked off temporarily. Otto clubs it forward. And Maitland working out of their defence. Maitland looking for that through ball for Pountney. Ball out in front, quarter. We'll try to get to the outside. Get away with it for now. Amos lays it back. Work it across their defensive line. Go for long ball. For Pountney. Good fortune, probably more than good management that it stays with Maitland. That one's going to be too heavy. A through ball again. You see both teams just trying to release people in behind that line. It seems to be the go-to from midfield.
Yeah, it seems to be that. Yeah, both teams are still wanting to try and feed that ball in behind. But there's so many quality players out there. You'd like to see them get it to their feet and try and beat some players 1v1.
Reeves plays it back. She's fallen up a little gingerly. We'll just keep an eye on that. It's not ideal for Broadmeadow. She's still got a bit of a hobble as she runs as Otto plays it forward, looking for Babbitt, but Babbitt wasn't expecting it. Lawson tries to clear it long. Ends up with Neal out wide on the left as Maitland trying to find it space through. That one will be called a foul. Maitland now an opportunity for a dead ball just over halfway. See what they can create from set piece opportunity.
I wouldn't think they'd probably try and hit it in the box from there, but we'll see what Sophie Nenadovich is going to do.
Fires it down the line. Crossed into the box, probably optimistically to the top. Trent hasn't completely passed. A little nudge from behind, and the referee's onto it again. The referee's always watching. Hunter. Let's go long. Handed away by the defence of Maitland. Can't string too many passes together at the moment, either side really. As Wicks sends it all the way back to Morgan. Now Wicks hits it forward in hope. Innes turns it over. Morley and swing. Pops it back. Out in front on the left for Neal. Can she find an option in there? No, she's dispossessed. Good tackle, Molly Salvador. Salvador raced away. Tries to thread it through. I think decides to step over it. And we come back the other way from Morley. As well to beat someone one-on-one. There's the ball at feet you're asking for, Cass.
That was it. Yeah, we want to see Maitland try and play the ball around, and same as Broadmeadow as well. They're just panicking a little bit when they win it, trying to play LJ in behind or Cassie Quarter in behind. But if they can just try and have a couple more passes before they go there, I think they could cause Maitland some damage, seeing they're so open when they've got the ball.
Flag stays down this time. Forced across. We're going to have a goal kick. It's going to be an interesting one too. Broadmeadow had so much success doing that against Adamstown last week, so it must be easy to fall into that trap when it's worked for you previously, even though you're playing against a completely different team in a completely different match, just to naturally, almost muscle memory, go, well, that worked last week, so we'll do it again this week. It'll get in front of LJ, and away she goes.
Yeah, I think teams kind of have a style, and obviously that's Broadmeadow's style, is to hit those balls in behind. But sometimes...
Turned over here, sorry. Morley, cross it into the box. Headed away to the edge. Amos now. Wicks picks it off, and Thomas can't quite clear it. Shot from outside the area, just wide to the left. It was well hit by Innes. Just pushed it outside the post. So you're saying, sorry, Broadmeadow's style?
Yeah, I just think sometimes you've got to adapt a little bit. As you said, different oppositions. So sometimes it's good to change it up a little bit, and otherwise teams know exactly what you're going to do. And you can see from this game, it's...
Swing, lays it off. Little 1-2, didn't get enough power on the ball. Gorthrop now. Amos looked to turn and take it away, but Wicks read it well. Beats one, gets a pass away after the second. Gorthrop ends up on the turf. Now Reeves tries to thread it through. And Carter breaks it up, and Maitland take it away. Pountney. Gosner sends it through. Foot race here. Dangerous, just outside the box. Pountney's eyes lit up when she realised that she was in front for that race, but the keeper out to deal with it.
Yeah, I think that was probably the right idea for Maitland. Broadmeadow have quite a high line, so there is space in behind when Maitland have the ball in the middle of the field.
Otto going on an attacking run here. Sent away into the 6-yard box and beats the keeper. What a solo effort from Olivia Otto. Steps into the starting lineup today for Larissa Ryan, and she's the first one on the score sheet. And rather than the long balls we've seen all day, she did exactly what you asked. Counts took the ball to feet and just took it on herself.
Yeah, that was a quality solo goal. Taking that space and being confident to beat someone 1v1. And she also had LJ inside the box too, but was confident to have it herself. And it was a great finish.
Good, calm finish past the keeper one-on-one in the end. And Olivia Otto opens the scoring here. Just shy of 20 minutes gone. It is Broadmeadow Magic 1. Maitland FC 0. I almost feel that just before that, Maitland was starting to grab a little bit of an upper hand. It's amazing a little individual effort can change that. So Maitland had a bit of probably field position domination for the last few minutes leading into that, and then all of a sudden against the run of play, away goes Olivia Otto.
Yeah, I think Maitland are definitely on top. As you said, a bit more field position, but when you have so much, you become so open and teams can get you on the counter. And that's what Broadmeadow have just done.
Yeah. Maitland had a similar situation in round one where they just dominated the game but couldn't find those scoring opportunities. Plenty of time to go here though as MS races wide. Wicks threads it through, looking for Babic. She tries to feed it back to Wicks, but Amos picks it off. Turned over inside the defensive half by Maitland. Porter spins it wide. Wicks. Again, one of those hit and hope passes. Morley tries to push it wide, looking for Gorthrop and swing up against Hunter. Does so well. Manages to outmuscle despite the fact that she was clearly the smaller player in the contest. On Otto, she does well, holds her feet. It's another touch on it, can't win it out in the challenge with the fullback. Now Maitland force wide, Innes. Gosner goes long and Swain gets the break. This is trouble. Mary Enswing. Lawson does well. Enswing can't quite get it past the keeper. Good work there. A tough job coming out at a rate of knots, Stella Morgan, and managing to pick that ball off Enswing's feet.
Yeah, that was a great ball in behind. Obviously, we said before, Magic had quite a high line, so there is space in behind. I think Gemma Lawson did well there, just to put enough pressure on her to make her unbalanced for the shot, and the goalkeeper did well coming out and saving it.
Yes, comes along down the line. AMS will look to get around Wicks, but Wicks has done a good job. Hunter goes long. All the way back to Thornton.
When it goes long, one of you two need to drop.
It's easy to forget, too, with Stella Morgan as Thornton ends up with the ball back in her gloves. He's just 18. It's a tough job being a goalkeeper at any age, and trying to pick the ball off a lady who's played football at the Olympics for her country. There's going to be a lot of things going through your head as a youngster standing there. We're starting to see some really good youngsters come through in the Newcastle region. Goalkeepers. Dangerous here. Molly Salvador does well. Yeah, so to that point, Cass, there's quite a lot coming through the system at the moment. We've seen, obviously, Kiva Bray, who touch and go as to whether we can hang on to her. It looks like her cricket opportunities might overtake her soccer opportunities, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, there's others as well. Ali, who was at New Lambton and now is at the Jets.
Yeah, it's good to see those girls coming through, and same here. These young girls in goals getting that experience at first grade football. It's it's only going to benefit the game, and hopefully we can produce more and more Newcastle keepers through the Newcastle Jet system.
Big concern here. Alex down, getting some treatment. We've pulled up the game and she's going to come off and get looked at, I think. So that's not a good sign. It'll be a little concerning for Broadmeadow fans here at Magic Park. Tuning in on Northern New South Wales Football's YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Broadmeadow if LJ has to go off. Obviously that is a big part of their game plan, is to get her in behind, and I think she's feeling a bit sick is what I'm hearing, so hopefully she can give Broadmeadow a little bit more time.
So you're going to see a lot of pressure come onto this player here, Cassie Corder's shoulders if she comes up, but that's a very good tackle from Cassie Corder. And we will have a change. So that'll be the end of Lily Jane Babick. It's going to mean there's going to be certainly some heavy lifting for a few others to do. As you said, she's generally their go-to. That's Kalani Ryan coming on in the 14. I'm sure, Cass, across your career, you've been in these sorts of situations where, you know, a key or a marquee play, if something happens early in the first half that can really change things up, but it also creates an opportunity, I guess, for some of the other young players we talked about. Corder, we know what she can do. Someone like that to step up and lead the way.
Yeah, I think it's
Maitland dangerous in the box here, little back heel, spills wide, well deflected there, and they'll see that off for the moment. Reeves threads it. Otto looking for Corder. Ball crossed out wide. No one there though. Out wide for a throw. So as we were saying, obviously creates opportunity, but it's also probably a challenge too to overcome when you're starting to work out what our go-to is or what our change of plan is.
Yeah, I think it's good for LJ. So that might help Broadmeadow, and just good to get her some experience, and that way she can work on being a full-time first grader down the track. They just bring so much energy, these young girls, and their work ethics is great, and they just want to prove it. Can't wait to see what she can do.
She's got the stage to do it now. They trail. They lead 1-0. Lawson heads that over the sideline for another throw. interesting. It looks like Otto might have pushed out to that right wing where Babic was playing, and Ryan will go to the head of the attack. Maitland take a shot from range. Well stopped, and she managed to dive on the deflected attempt on goal. Nice and composed from Morgan, taking her time. Brought down. Push and shove, and more just trickles over the line, and we're going to have a throw in. Two opposite numbers there. Certainly happy to tangle at a rate of knots. Gawthrop assesses her options as she takes the ball in. Cuts back infield. Feeds it through the legs. Morley now and swing. Taps it to the outside. Can't quite get
speed, and as I said before, I'd like to see her up a little bit higher. She's normally a winger, but she's doing a great job in the defence line, and Maitland are struggling to get past on that side.
Otto tries to thread it for Ryan. Nardovic now looking dispossessed. Right edge of defence between Lawson and Salvador has been quite good for Maitland tonight, for Broadmeadow tonight, I should say. As I say that, she decides to lay a careless foul.
And they are sisters, so if you didn't know that.
I did not know that. There you go.
Gemma and Molly, yep. It's chemistry.
It's certainly a not the most common occurrence when you get that opportunity. You've had that opportunity, obviously, at club football, and having that nice combination.
Yeah, it's always good to play with your family.
Beats everyone. For a moment there, Renee Pountney thought she might have had an opportunity to fire one away. Long. Gosner thinks about it, then comes forward at it. Porter heads it back, and Carter will retrieve it. Gawthrop, those A-League experienced players we're talking about in the Maitland lineup, but she's dispossessed. Nice tackle by Ninnis. And see the two number 8s come together again.
Yeah, it's going to be, as I said, it's going to be a good battle. I think Sophie's probably getting a little bit on top. She wins a lot of second ball and in the midfield, Sophie, and she's confident to challenge in the air as well.
Certainly noticed in round 1 against Lake Macquarie, where she won out a lot of the challenges, was just the fact that she was able to keep her feet. When the players had come in together, she'd always be the one that had come back out on her feet, which obviously means that she's the one coming away with the ball if it's spitting out right. So this one's crossed into the box from deep. Certainly not afraid of a little bit of physicality either.
No, she's not. She's got some good experience, Soph, and she's always a battle to play against.
And swing now on the edge of the 18-yard box. A half-hearted strike, which is easily dealt with by Morgan. Of course, we're kicking off the round on Friday night with the match of the round here, but a couple more games to come across the weekend. Tomorrow at Wildcard Oval, Charlestown Azuri will host Lake Macquarie City. And then on Sunday at Darling Street, it'll be Newcastle Olympic up against Adamstown. You'll be able to see it all live and free here on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel.
I think that Olympic and Adamstown game will be a good one to watch. I think, yeah, Adamstown seemed quite strong this year, obviously, last week with the loss, but I think I know Martin Slade quite well, and I think he'll be firing up those girls to put in a better performance and try and get a result.
The Olympic side, obviously, plenty of goals, 13 goals in their first 2 games. Looks like they're just looking at the highlights and the score lines, that they're pretty happy just to say we'll score more than whatever you score, because they've conceded 2 both games as well, which normally isn't ideal, but if you're scoring as many as they are, probably isn't as concerning.
Yeah, they can score goals. They've got some quality goal scorers, but yeah, if they can score more than the other team, that's all that matters. no one really looks at that at the end of the day. As long as you get in the 3 points. You could see from last week, though, they scored a couple of set pieces too, so I think that's going to be key for Olympic.
And speaking about the other game, Charlestown Azuri, we called the Charity Shield with your former Jets teammate, and you lent the teammate Tara Andrews, and we're talking about the fact that former Magic player Maddie Gallagher had gone over there and moved forward, and she looked very dangerous, and then managed to pick up 4 goals against New Lambton in the first round. So Tara said she was going to be dangerous.
Yeah, she's known to be a solid defender, but now playing her up top, yeah, I think she's going to have goals in her. You could see that against New Lambton. Obviously, there was a field player in goals, but she still put them in the back of the net. And they were goals that, yeah, sometimes the keeper won't stop, and she had plenty of opportunities too. So I think she'll be really good for Charlestown, and obviously having Mel back playing as well, 2 quality players that can score goals, they're going to be hard to stop.
Yeah, they're a very talented side. We saw that when they took out the Charity Shield. So full credit to Newcastle Olympic. It was on penalties, so treated that night to both games going to penalties. The men's game was a little bit more bizarre than the women's. I don't know if you caught some of that, but 3 red cards and Ben Kennedy turning back the clock and saving a few penalties in a penalty shootout.
Yeah, I heard that one was a bit interesting. Yeah, a few red cards, and yeah, you don't really see games going to penalties and getting sent off. So an interesting one, but obviously good for spectators to see both games go to penalty shootout.
Just proves that pre-season games are not always friendlies, I think. Back here at Magic Park, Broadmeadow with an opportunity. Deep in attacking territory. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half here. Magic lead 1 goal to 0. A bit of individual brilliance from Olivia Otto. Maitland now with a throw to bring it out of their own end. Swing turns, takes the ball away from Lawson, cuts inside another, lofts it forward, looking for Pountney. And Neil going on a run, threads the ball through just a little too heavy. Good idea.
I think Maitland need to try and stretch Broadmeadow's back line. Renee making some runs inside there, but I think if they can try and stretch them, and they're quite narrow, so just be patient in your build-up.
Just say that, Hunter lobs it forward, looking for Corder. Good touch from Corder to keep it inside and beat her opponent. Doesn't win out the next challenge though. Keeps going, chasing on. Carter tries to thread it down the line and does so successfully, but it's going to just be a little too wide, and it's going to beat the pace of Pountney coming after it. Thornton goes long. Pountney heads it back infield and swing. Otto, nice little turn and touch. Tries to put it out in front of Ryan, but just a little too heavy again. Impressive what we've seen from Olivia Otto so far today. She's got some composure that looks well beyond her years.
Yeah, she's like a young player, I think. To be honest, I don't really know too much about her. I think she played at Broadmeadow maybe last year, but yeah, she's impressive when she's got the ball in space and she wants to beat people and go forward. So yeah, she's going to be dangerous for Broadmeadow.
Yeah, debuted for their first grade side, as you said, last year. believe she played a bit of junior football there as well. So quite a few juniors coming through the ranks. It's something that Broadmeadow have always built their men's and women's sides on, is trying to make sure they keep a core of local juniors.
Yeah, I think it's important to keep some local players, and just on that, I think Jason as well has done a pretty good job in building a new squad here at Broadmeadow. A lot of the girls have left from last season, so yeah, to come in and get given the...
Swing crosses into the box, little deflection, rolls off the side, and the referee says play on.
Yeah, I just think to come in and get given the role of head coach and having to rebuild a squad, especially in women's football and in Newcastle, there's not a lot of players here, and there's only 7 teams in the competition, so you can see that there's not a lot of girls to pick from really. So it's tough to have to build a team and bring in players that are going to be able to perform at the top level.
Certainly is. We see a foul there from Molly Salvador. It's one of those pieces too. I'm sure you see it, a lot of the girls who aren't necessarily getting starts and going onto the Jets once they've had a couple of solid years here. There's a lot of Sydney clubs knocking on the door. So just starting to say, hey, if, you want to put yourself in a shop window, maybe come down here and spend a year or two. We've seen quite a few of our young girls go and do that. So it's another thing that makes it even more challenging to build those squads.
Yeah, you see it. There's a couple at Sokin and Ardovich, Renee Pountney. They've all been to Sydney and played, and they've obviously come back for a reason. So it's good that we can keep those girls that are from Newcastle playing in this competition and building it and making it stronger.
And swing into the box. Off the back of the head from Molly Salvador. Worked well. Innes. Carter feeds it in. Northrop tried to feed it to the feet of Morley. Didn't quite work out. Nardovic sends it wide. Some players come together, ball goes out of play, and the referee says it'll be a throw in. Ball beats in swing. Hunter comes and whacks it downfield. Ryan pressing on Gosner now. Good tackle there. Couldn't quite control it, and it'll be a throw in the way of the Magic. Feels like both sides sort of settling in a little bit of almost a holding pattern at the moment. It's certainly been a warm day, and it's still not cool here. Taking its toll in round 3.
Yeah, it would have been tough for the reserve grade girls playing. It's been a hot one today. I just think Broadmeadow need to try and relax on the ball a little bit. You see when it goes back to Janali and Jammer, they're looking to play direct really quickly.
Ball threaded through quarter, on goal. Thornton comes out, she's lost sight of the ball. And clear it away for the time being.
Yeah, Thornton's done well there. I think she's a quality young keeper coming through. Watched her obviously play last week against New Lambton, and yeah, she pulled off some good saves. She looks comfortable with her feet, and she's going to be key for Maitland.
Long range strike, not on target. Yeah, well again, as Morgan is, both 18 the keepers, so bright futures ahead of them. Hunter, risky play. Down the line from Wicks. Quarter can't let it out. Morley. Pountney drops it back. Carter under pressure from Ryan, gets the deflection and earns the throw.
Keep working. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Keep working.
Innes takes it.
Watch Morgan. Watch Morgan. Keep going,
Gosner feeds it through into midfield. Amos dropping back and just drops it back to her. Falling for that ball to be lofted over. Lawson gets ahead to it. Salvador cleans up. just listening to what we can hear from downstairs, Jason Kanjasi appears to have gone to the Ryan Campbell School of Coaching. Very animated and talkative down there. I'm not sure that's sometimes who he's talking to or whether he's just talking out loud, Jason.
Yeah, you can hear him barking orders down there. Obviously, there's only a couple of minutes to go, so he's just trying to make sure they finish this half on a strong note, driving the line up, driving the front players to press.
Salvador does well, but the flag goes up for offside.
That's perfect. Those quick ones, just get rid of them. Good.
It's getting sorted out now, and Hunter will get us back underway. Then goes long. Salvador pushing up, looking for it. Pressuring Neil, who drops it back for Gostner. Gostner. Otto. Cleared away by Carter. Northrop goes all the way back to Thornton. Porter picks off the pass. It's a little clip for a Troubles. It looked close, but again, the referee right there. It's almost the end of regulation time in the first half. For Broadmeadow, maybe double their lead. You feel hard done by if you're Maitland. You went to the shed 2-0 down after this 45 minutes.
Yeah, you would. I think that was a pretty tough call too, but good shooting range here, and you would be pretty disappointed going into half-time 2-0 down. So for Maitland, they'd be hoping that their goalkeeper can pull off a save here.
It'll be Reeves over the ball. Looks like she's going to line up and go straight at goal. She does. Thornton with a very acrobatic dive, but didn't threaten the goal in the end. Just showing everyone that she had it covered. And Maitland working it out. Then swing. Makes the ball wide. Nice little back for herself. The ball lofted forward. No one really going for it. Northrop has a crack, but Morgan realises that she needs to be on her toes and goes out and retrieves it. Porter now. This time's just a little too heavy. And Swing trying to make a run here on the left. Space opens up. Ball threaded through. It's going to be a little too heavy, and Salvador will deal with it. Neil and Otto. It's going to be a throw in. Neil taking her time. Waiting on the referee now, and additional time. And a lot of stoppages, so I can't imagine we'll be going too far into stoppage time here in the first half. Thomas clears it away, and another throw Maitland's way. Hardovic goes to take off across field, and the referee blows his whistle for the half-time break. And the break it is. Broadmeadow Magic 1-0 leading Maitland FC, thanks to an individual effort from Olivia Otto and Cass that first half. You feel Maitland probably had the better of the game, but again, it's about who takes their opportunities.
Yeah, obviously you've got to take your opportunities to score, and Broadmeadow did. I think, yeah, Maitland probably had the better of that half. Some more controlled possession. Broadmeadow looking just to play direct as soon as they win the ball, but they look quite set up quite well in defence, and you can hear Jason barking at them to stay compact and to drop and to step, and he's really driving them through that. So I think for Maitland, they just need to keep moving the ball around and try and stretch Broadmeadow, and then try and find the holes. I think they're forcing it forward a little bit too much.
Well, we will see what comes of the halftime chats to both sides, but at the break, it's Broadmeadow Magic 1-0, the leaders here at Magic Park in round 3. We're going to take a short break on Northern New South Wales Football's YouTube, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes to bring you the second half of this clash.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's half time here at Magic Park with the GSS Group Australia Broadmeadow Magic 1 currently leading FC nil. Goal scored by Olivia Otto. Broadmeadow Magic like to thank our season 2025 major partners, GSS Group Australia, Ground Stabilisation Systems, the Blackbutt Hotel, Newcastle Australian Sports Club, RBBR, Property Services.
You can find football almost everywhere you look. It's not just on a pitch on a Saturday. Football is ingrained in our communities and our lives. Football is friendship, fitness, connection, passion, joy, despair, and the love of the game. From Newcastle Permanent Community Football and our Coles Mini Roos to our NPL competitions and the A-Leagues. On the beach, at school, at the park, in the backyard, or on the pitch. Football is everywhere in northern New South Wales.
Football is Newcastle, Mid-North Coast,
Lake Macquarie,
it's Coffs Harbour, the Hunter Valley,
the Northern Inland,
the Far North Coast,
And everywhere in between. No matter who you are, there's a place for you to play football with us. Registrations for the 2025 season are open now. Search Northern New South Wales Football to find your club and join our team, because
football
It's everywhere! It's everywhere! It's everywhere! It's everywhere! Football is everywhere!
Because football is everywhere in northern New South Wales. No matter who you are, there's a place for you to play football with us. Registrations for the 2025 season are open now.
Football is everywhere!
It's everywhere!
On the beach, at school, at the park, in the backyard or on the pitch. Football is everywhere in northern New South Wales.
Football is Newcastle.
Blake Macquarie.
The Hunter Valley.
Search Northern New South Wales Football to find your club and join our team, because football is
Welcome back to Magic Park for the second half of the round 3 match of the round between Broadmeadow Magic and Maitland FC. A little bit of theatre in the background here as we've got the Newcastle show fireworks going off. Chris McPherson joined by Newcastle Jets captain Cass Davis. Cass, it's a nice little backdrop to warm us into the second half here.
Yeah, it is nice. I think the light's kind of in the way for our photos, but yeah, nice to see the fireworks in the background. Didn't even know the Newcastle show was on.
I think that just shows that we're getting a little bit older. That now it's not a focus for us.
Oh,
Although you've still got a few years on me. You've got a couple of years up your sleeve, don't worry. So it's yeah, it was certainly probably a bit more of a target when we were in our teenage years. I think that we were more focused on it. Plus, of course, you're preparing for tomorrow and very much focused on this and that, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely focus for the game tomorrow. You could have got me a seat, Chris.
Look, I'm doing well just to get myself here sometimes, okay? Us guys don't do well at getting ourselves organised at the best of days. Just waiting. I don't know if the referee's waiting for the fireworks show to end. No, he's not. He says, let's get underway. We'll have some fireworks of our own. And again, Broadmeadow goes straight back to the textbook of trying to go long. Otto. Salvador. Push it back, and Hunter's got to retreat and just pushes it across the sideline. Crossed in from Pountney. Dangerous effort here. Amos. And she opens the scoring in the second half. Georgia Amos, easy as you like, controls it well with the right and then pushes it past the keeper. And all of a sudden, we're back at level pegging. Maitland FC 1, Broadmeadow Magic 1. Halftime talk obviously worked.
Yeah, be interesting to see what they said. I couldn't really see down in the corner there because of the camera, but yeah, obviously the ball came across for Georgia and touch kind of went a little bit away from goal. I was thinking she might have missed the moment, but yeah, wrapped her body around it and a nice finish.
Nice ball in from Pountney. Set that up. Amos certainly been a little bit frustrated in the first half, so that might put a bit of a smile on the dial.
Yeah, Georgia gets a bit frustrated, but when you score those goals, it's all worth it.
That'll be nice for the highlight reel with the fireworks going off in the background, putting one away.
Yeah, she had a good celebration. You could hear her scream. She was buzzing about the goal. And, such a good time to score too.
Broadmeadow now, chance. No, it's going to be a little heavy. Otto will race wide. Working hard, the youngster. Cuts past Innes. A nice touch, but just a little heavy in the end. And Maitland now clear it through Pountney. Down towards Nswang. Lawson just muscles her out. Drives forward. Shins the ball forward, and Thornton comes off a line. Nice little touch back inside. Lobbed forward from Morley. No runner. Nswang wasn't set for it. Morgan. That's very high. Not as deep as she might have liked. Pountney gets a boot in. Morgan. So Otto pulls out at the last second what could have been an ugly challenge. Pountney takes a shot from long range. Hits the crossbar. Just spotted the keeper off the line.
Yeah, that was a good hit by Renee. She obviously saw the keeper out a little bit and thought she may as well have a go, and yeah, she hit that nice.
It is not far away at all. Threaded through there. Moment of hesitation between Morgan and Wicks, but Wicks clears it across the sideline, and Maitland will have a throw. Swing with the throw. Can't find a teammate. Pushed away for the time being. Shot from range. Pountney keeping Morgan honest.
Yeah, Renee's had a good start to this half. She must have got a rev up at half time because she's a couple of decent shots now and that assist, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah. Doing well, keeping busy. Now Morley slicing through. Pops the ball down for Nswang, pushes it across the face and gets it in. Mary Nswang, the composure in the box. A beautiful run from Morley, sets it all up, and then she just finishes cool and calm as you like. And all of a sudden, in a matter of minutes, Maitland have gone from trailing at the break to leading 2-1.
Yeah, that was good by Josie Morley. Nice little run forward and a little flick with the outside of her foot, it looks like. Just in behind Broadmeadow's defence. And Mary there just finds so much space, just able to get off the shoulder of the defenders, and they don't know where she is, and she finds herself in good areas straight on goal.
Looks like, just looking around at Maitland, it looks like there might have been a change at half time for Maitland at the back. Charlotte O'Connor out there at centre back now. Shot taken from Otto. Thornton out easily to take that. Looks like Gosler might have come off and O'Connor on at half time. And swing free again. Gets to the outside of Lawson, manages to flick it back through her legs, but can't pounce back on it. Now we go the other way. Cassie Corder runs away with it. O'Connor gets a boot in. Doesn't completely defuse the situation, but breaks it up for now. Reeves drops it back. Sliced off the outside of the boot. It could turn out fortuitously. Otto can't win out the battle. A little clip of the heel on the way through. The referee says we'll play advantage. Innes feeds it down. Salvador picks it off. Does well to beat Pountney. Threads the ball nicely in front of Otto. Slides it through the legs of Carter. Good control in close quarters from Otto a couple of times there on that run, Cass.
Yeah, every time she's got the ball, she looks dangerous. You could see there, Molly was trying to get her to drop back in and chase her left back. She seemed like she was pulling up a little bit short there. Just stretching her legs too.
Getting all the sounds to kick off the second half. First it was fireworks, now it's a rescue helicopter. Never a dull moment in Broadmeadow.
No, it's quite distracting actually. Fireworks for 9 minutes and now a helicopter.
You get your bang for your buck with a fireworks show. And a couple of goals in there as well.
They're all in 9 minutes, I think.
And swing. Just plays it into the legs. Hunter. Throw to in swing. Back now. It's all the way to O'Connor. Carter. Gets it through. Close control from Maitland. Now Pountney again. Feeds it into the box. End swings there. I thought Pountney was going to have a second assist. Morgan's managed to come out. They've all tangled together, but Morgan's come away with the ball.
Yeah, that was a great ball by Renee. Straight in behind the back line for end swing to run onto, and Stella Morgan did well there.
Certainly looking dangerous are Maitland and Pountney, some of these ranging runs down the left. Of course, this game not the only one in action tonight. We've also got the men's NPL going on over at Adamstown. Adamstown up against Maitland. Big round in the men's NPL. Ball threaded through. Quite dealt with. Oh no, put in the breadbasket of end swing into the back of Amos. But Morgan's there again at the right post. So full slate on Northern New South Wales Football's YouTube channel of men's games this weekend. Adamstown and Maitland on at the moment. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock we've got Edgeworth versus Lambton. It'll be an interesting one. And Western will host Cookshill at 4:30. The twilight game will be the local derby. Valentine up against Bellswans for the first time in the NPL. And Sunday at 3 o'clock, the match of the round, Newcastle Olympic up against Charles Sanazuri. And then at 4:30, New Lambton hosting Broadmeadow Magic. So a big round, both the men's and the women's. And a home Jets women's game. When it's too much stock is never enough.
Never enough.
I'm just happy to take a time here. Draws quarter in.
Yeah, smart there by Annabelle Thornton, just making Cassie Corder come to her so she could play her opponent and they could get out.
Just a little battle here. Amos and Hunter. Charlie Hunter probably lucky that didn't connect the swung leg. Throw goes to the end swing. Attempted cross in, finds the back of the defender in Wicks, and they throw in for Maitland. Deep in attacking territory to try to find in swing. She manages to come out against two defenders. Places it in, tries to cross it, parried down. And then swing again. This time she takes it on the first grab. Something we're seeing a little bit from Morgan in the first half as well, where she's just looking to parry it down rather than take it. I'm sure that's going to be a development area that Jason and his goalkeeping staff will be working on.
Yeah, I think if she can try and hold on to the ball a little bit more, won't be as risky, and Maitland are sniffing for that now. You can see they're getting more numbers around the box and they're getting some clearer chances in on goal. So, yeah, if she can try and hold on to those shots.
Come back now, the foul, and Salvador will take it. Pushed forward by Carter. Ball throw up does well. AMS muscles out. Wicks threads it through for Enswang. Broadmeadow appealing for offside. They deal with it in the end. Wicks just inquiring with the assistant referee. In the meantime, we've got Kelly Gawthrop down. Referee come over and have a look. Jason Konjarski just taking the most of this opportunity, calls over his young attackers. Little chat. Change the structure on how they're going about things.
Hopefully Keely can stay on the field. She's lively today. It's good to see her getting on the ball, and she's dangerous when she can turn her opponent and drive forward. But she has copped a few challenges today. She's been on the ground quite a bit, so. Yeah, you can see her just getting up now. Hopefully she's okay to stay on, but she's hobbling a little bit.
Hopefully it's nothing too major. We'll see in a moment whether they maybe prep a sub. Jerry Wright just having a little bit of a chat with Renee Pountney as well. Coach is making the most of the stoppage. Referee says it's time to get back underway. Gawthrop back onto the field. Crossed into the blocks dangerously. Not quite the clearances that Broadmeadow are looking for at the moment. Gawthrop races forward, gets over Salvador, and lofts it into the box looking for Enswang. Enswang got the head up, but Hunter ends up clearing it away.
That was good clearance by Janali. She's good in those moments. When they pop down, she gets a body there and gets first to the ball and gets a good clearance away.
Corner here, it's gone out off Wicks. Talking about half-time, Wicks and Salvador, the two youngsters that on the edge of defence for Broadmeadow have been outstanding today. A lot of work, they've been very busy with the way Maitland are going about their attack.
Yeah, I think they've both had a great start to the game.
Swing, deflected. And they come back for a goal kick. Sorting out the balls. And not sure what Morgan was doing there. I just didn't kick that out of her hands.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was happening there, but you can just see Maitland look like they're starting to press a little bit higher now and get numbers into the box.
Good fortune, I suppose, for Maitland in not only being in front now, but knowing there's no Lily Jane Babick to turn against you. You can afford to press that little bit higher.
Yeah, you can. Both teams seem like they're leaving an extra at the back. But yeah, when you're up, you may as well keep going forward. And as you said, you don't have LJ running in behind.
Pushed to the right. I think goal's never a threat for Morgan. And we will have some changes. It will be Magic making the change. So it'll be Jen Reeves coming off. And coming on for Reeves will be Ava Liddon. Now Maitland will go on the attack inside the half. Zovic turns it over. Dangerous now, Otto. Otto racing forward. Can she get the touch? She does well to cut back inside. Just can't get enough pressure on. Can't get enough power on the strike.
Yeah, I think that's where Broadmeadow are gonna get Maitland. Bit of a cheap turnover there by Sophie Nenadovich. She's got done 2-on-1. Turning into the player, and Broadmeadow taking advantage of that moment. But yeah, just an unbalanced shot. Maitland did well to get back and defend that.
Certainly did. Some good work from Otto in the lead up, and she cut back inside, but just didn't have really the strength one-on-one. Just got bumped off the ball a little bit, couldn't get the power on a shot. Enough to disrupt it without sending it to the ground. Maitland showing their expertise there. Innes can't quite control it. Salvador will have her blemish saved. And Lawson will push it across the sideline. You see now with Maitland continue to get the upper hand, Cass, that Broadmeadow just losing their way a little bit. They're not quite as cohesive. The things they were doing well with clearances and defensive, they're just starting to get a bit more rushed and panicked.
Yeah, I think as the game goes on too, fatigue sets in, and by the looks of things at the moment, Maitland seem like they're the fitter team, and I think Broadmeadow need to get Cassie Corder on the ball a bit more. She's still got lots of energy in her, and I think she can cause problems. They've just got to try and find her the ball.
The ball all the way back to Thornton here, Maitland. She's been good, but she's had a couple of opportunities today, Cassie, but hasn't seen a lot of the ball, as you say. Now going against Broadmeadow there.
Interesting call there.
The boot was a little high, is that? See anything else there, as you say?
Not much.
Yeah, he's a little bit closer than us. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now. O'Connor threads it through the midfield. Chipped on, end swing, and Lawson racing for it. End swing. Well blocked by Morgan. Cleared away for a throw in now for Maitland.
Yeah, another great ball and great goalkeeping too. She did well to come out. She came out quick as well to shut down any opportunity for Maitland.
Threading it through now. A bit of friendly fire and a deflection. We'll see a Broadmeadow Magic throw instead. Hunter punches it over the sideline. For a long throw down the line for Nswang. Back takes it herself, threads it out in front. Just ball. Outney takes a shot, a little off balance. Oh, a fumble there from Morgan, but she recovers. Pountney seems to be just about everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, she is. She's really started this half and growing into the game as it goes. I think she's got a goal in her by the looks of things if she keeps playing the way she is at the moment.
Carter, deflection. Thornton, eyes up, races out, does well to defuse the danger. Sends Morley straight on the attack. Carter, back to Thornton. Risky play from Thornton there. Looks out okay in the end. And swing. Goes down holding her knee. Back to her feet now though. Gawthrop. Ball pushed out in front. Wicks turned around. Amos now. Can she get the shot away? Taps it past the keeper. It's going to be a fine angle to get the shot in here. And she pushes it across the face, but not all dealt with yet. But can't be controlled in the end, and it will go across the byline. And now we'll have a change, and it looks like it'll be Renee Pountney coming from the field.
You can just see Renee stretching down in the corner there, but I feel like I'd be a bit annoyed if I was her coming off the field. I thought she was just getting herself into the game and starting to cause some problems.
She certainly was looking dangerous, as we said, but that Maitland is playing a little bit safe with her at the moment. So now Frost goes on. Georgie Williams comes on as well.
Georgia Amos was carrying an injury last week, so probably on limited minutes, I'd say. But for Maitland to take off both attacking players at once might give Broadmeadow a little bit of an advantage.
Lidden. Pumped forward by Broadmeadow. Thomas. Frost. The foul goes Maitland's way. And swing wins out. Hunter. Ryan tries to thread the needle for Otto, but it's picked off by Innes. Well, they didn't push it out in front. Otto not quite quick enough, just a step more, and she might have had it. We'll have a goal kick.
Broadmeadow found themselves in a bit of space there. Just the execution, making the right decision is what it came down to, but they're going to start finding those opportunities a little bit more as the game goes on, and need to make sure that Maitland have an impact with their substitutions if they want to stay in this game and keep a lead.
Thornton goes long. Looking for end swing there. It's Frost. And Broadmeadow going back to the old faithful, just trying to hack it forward and hopefully someone presents. Well, O'Neill gets to the outside. Plays it down the line, looking for end swing, but Hunter's there. Clears it for the time being. Right, slices through. End swing sends it wide. Touch a little heavy, but it might be okay for the time being. It is. Neal keeps it in. Hunter sliding across to try and get to it, but she overshoots it as she cuts back inside. Kelly Gawthrop runs through three defenders and will earn a penalty. She got squeezed and then someone clipped her heel on the way through. Gawthrop earns the penalty. For the second week in a row, Stella Morgan will face a penalty attempt.
Yeah, Kiwi did well there just to continue her run into the box, and as soon as you get into that area, as a defender, you really got to be careful to make sure that you're not giving away a foul. But just the way that she got herself into the box with speed, it was difficult not to.
So Bernardovic will step up to take the penalty shot.
I can see some people behind the goals trying to put her off. Some Broadmeadow fans, I'd say.
Looking for a first goal of the season. The phone's out, a bit of dancing, a bit of waving of the arms. They'll try everything. And does well. Morgan gets hands to it, but Bernardovic follows up and finishes home. And all of a sudden, Maitland FC 3, Broadmeadow Magic 1. We talked about her second efforts before, and she just keeps on turning up. We'll see a change. It's time for Broadmeadow. It'll be Wicks coming from the field. And it looks like Otto maybe as well. A couple of youngsters getting a breather. Andy Young's one of the players coming on. Salvador working hard there in defence. It's their throw. Ryan gets a boot in and pushes it across. Managed to kick it into the leg of Carter and earns another throw. Salvador with the throw. It's headed away for now. Salvador again with the throw. Caught in traffic. Salvador threads it into the box. Just seen away. They throw in right in front of our camera position. Salvador goes long for Young. Young versus Ninnis. Ninnis gets it. Locked in. And we'll have a goal kick. A bit more of a spark coming with a couple of youngsters coming on. Talked about those changes before, Cass, that they need to make an impact. It's obviously even more magnified now with a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, it's good to see the young ones come on for Broadmeadow and spark a bit of fire. It just looked like Jason giving some instruction to set up for the press, but Maitland not wanting to take the risk and play out from the back. They decided to go long in behind.
A bit of confusion there, but Young comes away with it for now. Threads at the touch, not quite there from Ryan, but nearly fell nicely for Corder. Cummins comes racing through just 100 miles an hour and comes out. The faster moving object takes the ball. Earns a throw. That's first real involvement for Annabelle Cummins. Now Maitland going on the attack. Sienna Frost, a little bit of space outside Molly Salvador. Salvador does well. Shuts it down. That'll be a throw. Maitland's way deep in attacking territory. Maitland happy to take their time, unsurprisingly. Out be controlled by Frost, and we'll have a goal kick for Morgan. At this point, despite the spark of energy from those substitutes, that Maitland are just slowly just tightening their grip on this.
Yeah, they are. This game's yeah, kind of hitting a bit of a point now where there's a little bit of turnover, and just comes down to that battle again. Who's going to win their 1v1 battles and come out with the ball and find a pass.
Morton plays it out. Neil plays it down to Wright now. Wright taps it back in for herself. She's got Neil free. Stays on side, across the dangerously into the box and at the back post. It is Sienna Frost getting on the score sheet. A wonderful, calm and composed finish, but there's a case there. Once they get into the box, they had about 4 options to pick from, Maitland.
Yeah, they did. Obviously a great ball in, and again, numbers in the box for Maitland. Getting good numbers in there. Obviously a lot of players want to score goals, and that's what happens when you have that mindset to make that run in the box, even if you're not going to get the ball. And Broadmeadow just got caught out on the left there and had not enough numbers to cover. But yeah, that ball is a tough one when it's in behind the defence, and yeah, great finish. Good impact from the subs too.
Can Broadmeadow conjure here? Can they get some respectability back into this scoreline? Had 1-0 for quite a while in the first half. So Maitland have just gone to work in this second half. Obviously, whatever Joe Wright said in those change rooms at halftime worked an absolute treat.
Yeah, good on you, Joe. Hopefully he's given some good information, and you can see that Maitland have come out and playing a little bit more patient and getting those balls into wide areas and getting balls into the box, which in the first half we didn't see as much. We just saw them trying to play through the middle and come in narrow in their runs. So definitely an area that Maitland have improved in the second half.
Seem a bit clearer about how they're going about things for sure. As Salvador gets ahead, Morley tries to pop it back, but Ryan breaks it up. Salvador now back for Liddon. Liddon drops it all the way back for Hunter. Assess their options. And bombs it forward, and Thornton out to pick it up. Nardovic plays it into legs. It might work out okay. This feels like, even with LJ having gone off, that Broadmeadow have just kept going with plan A. Whereas Maitland had just had to sort of evolve. They realised that their plan A and maybe even a bit of plan B didn't work in the first half, so they've come out with something a little bit different and all dangerous into the box. Challenge in that 6-yard box as well.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Broadmeadow still seem to be panicking on the ball at the back. They're just got to believe in themselves and get the ball on the ground and play a couple more passes so their attacks can get into a position where they can maybe run in behind or get the ball to feet, but they're just forcing it forward a little bit too early, and the front three just aren't there.
So it's gone for a corner now for Maitland. They could add some more salt to the wound at this point in swing. Really impressed with, that was the one thing that stood out from her in the round 1 game. As it's about to talk about her delivery of corner, she goes the short corner. Commentator's curse. Ball threaded through, and I think Josie Morley might have got the last touch on that. Well, it's just about having people in the right spaces and trying to take an opportunity. The ball was threaded into the box, and Morley just bangs it into the roof of the net, and all of a sudden Maitland are just running away with this game. Only 5 goals to 1.
Yeah, obviously, commentator's curse. She went the short corner, but I think it was the right decision. Broadmeadow just a bit slow to react, and again, another ball in that middle zone around the 6-yard box seems to be causing Broadmeadow some problems. And yeah, I feel like Maitland are just going to run away with this game now.
Certainly feel like they're just hammering nail by nail into the coffin of the 3 points. In the meantime, Nardovic to go forward, decides just to lay it off wide. Clumsy challenge there from Ryan, but doesn't really get a hold of anything ball or player. Just pushed forward heavily again. Thornton will draw Ryan to her. Second visit to the helicopter for the night. Wonderful people at Westpac Rescue Helicopter working overtime on a Friday night, looking after the community.
Yeah, good to see.
Great to see here last week in the men's game. Actually, they did a fundraiser. I think they raised about $4,000 when they played Jaffers Broadmeadow for the Westpac Rescue Helicopter, their new neighbour. Lovely to see.
It's good to see them there doing things like that in the community, and obviously Westpac are massive in helping out and saving people's lives. So I'm sure it costs them a lot of money to even get that plane off the ground. Helicopter, I should say.
Can't shake those Jets colours out of your mind. Everything's a aeroplane, right?
Yeah, well, I'm used to being on one all the time, so it's just automatic for me now. But although we haven't flown in a while, it's been kind of nice.
I suppose it's the counter side now of actually finally getting the full season that they've built for you in the A-League Women's of all the home and away fixtures, which is wonderful, but it means a bit more travel.
Yeah, a lot more travel, but good that the competition's getting longer and actually feels like a proper competition now, given there's 22 rounds. But yeah, like you said, more travel and a lot more commitment.
Salvador plays it across the back to Hunter, who goes long again.
Yeah, you could see Broadmeadow just then trying to actually play the ball around, and Janela's just got to be patient. The attackers aren't ready for that run yet, or maybe the attackers need to make the run before she plays it. So one way or the other, they're just not on the same page.
Change is coming again. This time it'll be Mary Enswing coming off for Maitland. Also coming off, the double change by the look of it. It'll be Innes, sorry. An Innes and a Ninnis, that's confusing. Coming onto the field for Maitland for Enswing will be Lucy Pratt. Innes will be replaced by Leah Cunningham.
It's good to see the depth that Maitland have too. Spoke about before the Renee Pountney coming off. Thought she was just finding her groove there, but obviously they're trying to manage maybe some niggles.
All in behind here. Frost looking for a second, just over the bar. You can see what she's trying to do there, just to pop it into the top corner. And hey, if there's a time to try those things, it's when you're up 5-1.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You could see what she was trying to do there, but maybe just the inside of the foot into the corner might have been the better option.
Both teams appealing the throw, but the referee says it will go the way of Maitland. Young drives it forward. Looking for Ryan, but just a little out in front of her. Now Neal. Out in front looking for Williams. Cunningham. Finds his way back to Cunningham. Pass not quite on target. Linden dropping it back. Now it comes long, looking for Young. Cunningham sends it back infield. Carter. Turnover. Dangerous position. Young. In the box, well dealt with by O'Connor. Nardovic. Tried to thread it wide, but Straightened up a little too much. Salvador now pushes it for Liddon. Out in front for Young. It's probably going to be too heavy for all involved. And it will trickle away over the byline. It'll be a goal kick. Winding down into the final couple of minutes of the match, and then we'll be at the referee's discretion for added time. Disadvantage of the position of the commentary box here is it's very hard to see that fourth official when he puts the board up for changes or added time, which he'll do shortly. Maitland go down the right with Neil, and the ball spills over the sideline, and two players taking their time getting back to their feet. I was actually expecting the temperature to drop, Cass. It feels like it's actually gotten warmer today as the game's gone on.
I agree. Sweating up here. I think it's getting warmer, especially when we're behind here and no breeze coming through, so it must be hot out there for the girls.
Especially a few of these girls, like I look at Amanda Young, she's been on there for a good period of this second half. She played most of the game in reserve grade as well, so as you said, it was quite warm at 6 o'clock. It's one of the drawbacks, again, when we talk about longer seasons, it's one of the drawbacks of the fact that we've needed to start the season so early this year. But it is what it is. I mean, you get a full 3 rounds through for the girls, which is really good. 21 rounds, I think it is. So, good opportunity to get lots of football in. We'll see undoubtedly a few of yourself and the other Jets players after your mandatory break once the season wraps up in a couple of months still to go in the Jets season. So, that'll be something that will undoubtedly draw some of the fans out to see some more games. Although the quality of it already has been phenomenal for the first 2 and a bit rounds.
Yeah, it's been good. I think just having teams a little bit closer together and a bit more of a battle. Obviously, this score is starting to blow out, but yeah, compared to last season, Magic still have chances to score goals and to win games. So yeah, I think the competition is a lot stronger, and you're obviously keen to get back into it once the A-League finishes. Still a couple of months, as you said, and a 30-day break, but yeah, looking forward to getting back into the comp and playing against some of these quality players.
See what's happening here. It looks like Porter just getting a little bit of treatment over on the far side. If his whistle goes. Waiting for the throw in. Plays quarterback on, and we're back to a full complement. Slices out. Cross chasing after it. Now Cunningham looking at Ryan. Strong challenge from Carter. Wins out and belts it forward. Morley racing up, putting pressure on. Out for another throw. Obviously, if you're Joe Wright coming out of this game, you're taking away the positives from the second half, as we see Lawson again defending away and pushing that for what will be a corner. But if you're Jason Kinjasi, what's the takeaways here? Obviously, they were hampered significantly. They had an unwell LJ Babic out there and then didn't last the first half out. Doesn't help their cause, but again, there's probably some other players that you might want to see step up and change what they're doing.
Yeah, I think, as you spoke about before, just having subs come on that have already played 90 minutes possibly in reserve grade, I think is a tough ask. So yeah, when you can't have your starting 11 last the whole 90 and you've got to bring those players on and expect them to have the same amount of energy, it's just not going to happen. So I think he'd be pretty frustrated with that, having to use players who have already played. But that's the tough part about having a small squad, and you're just going to have to manage through that. But I think if Jason just going to have to get back to the training pitch, and you can see what he's trying to do with these girls, and I think just a little bit more quality up front, and a little bit more composure with the ball and just start to play it around, you'll see, I think you'll see Broadmeadow take it to some teams.
Well, they certainly did that last week, got 4 goals to their name. Back to the drawing board. The good news for them is playing on a Friday night means that they'll get a nice longer turnaround to work into the week. Ball spills down off the boot of Hunter. Flag goes up for offside.
You can see Cassie Corder there hobbling again. Not sure exactly if it's an ankle or maybe got stood on.
Salvador, she's one of the standouts for the Broadmeadow side, you know. Frustrating and losing cause here. Ryan slides in, comes away with the football. Dovic tries to take on a few, can't get past Salvador. Gorthrop does that, leaves Salvador on the ground and continues on. Frost makes a run, Liddon taps it back infield. She knows she's under pressure. Frost slides and blocks the pass. Young and Cunningham fighting tooth and nail for the football. Ball goes into the back of Liddon and she tries to turn away from it. Cunningham deflects. Pratt. I was going to say there was a foul there on Pratt.
Did you see the fourth official? How much extra time, Chris?
I told you it was challenging, Cass. Well, he's standing there with the board now, so he might just be going to put it up now, is he? I thought we've just missed it. That's the challenge. And we haven't had a huge amount of stoppages, but we have had 5 goals, so might be enough. O'Connor. Both players missed the ball there. Williams coming back. Tooth and nail with Cummins. Maitland come away with it. All out in front. Williams tries to cross it in. Deflected away in the end. Morgan trying to claim that it went out. Danger times here. Cleared away by Lawson. Deflection on a shot. Liddon kicks it downfield. Maitland pushing for a 6th. Dovic out for Frost. Back in a 1-2, cross into the box. Does well, out to it and diving is Stella Morgan. Definitely been a big second half for her. She's been kept very busy. And the referee says that will be enough of the second half, and it will be a comprehensive win in the end for Maitland FC. They run out 5 goals to 1 winners. Broadmeadow Magic scored the opener in the first half. They led 1-0 at the breakthrough, a goal to Olivia Otto. In the second half, as I said, 5 goals to Maitland FC. Nenadovic, Morley, Amos, and Swang, and the substitute in Sienna Frost, all getting on the score sheet. Cass, what are the takeaways from that game for you? Obviously, you've probably got a bit of an eye on it as someone who will likely play against these teams later in the season, so it's a slightly different lens of maybe what the takeaways can be.
Yeah, I think Maitland deserved the win. They were the better team today. I just think they created a lot more chances, clear chances. Got the balls out wide and got them into dangerous areas, and I just feel like Broadmeadow could really do the same. I think they started strong and looked dangerous, getting the balls in behind into LJ and Cassie Corder, but I just think Maitland just a better team and move the ball around a little bit better, and are willing to play it on the ground a little bit more and look for those little runs in behind. So I think for Broadmeadow they need to go back to the drawing board and maybe try and play out a little bit more, get the ball on the ground and not rely so much on that ball in behind. It can only work sometimes. When you've got a quality team like Maitland, it's tough. You need to come up with some other ideas.
Certainly, it'd be interesting to see what Broadmeadow conjure for next week. But of course, if you want to catch the rest of the action across both the men's and women's NPL for the remainder of this round, stay tuned to the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel, where you get all the games, including our match of the round on Sunday in the men's competition from Darling Street between Newcastle Olympic and Charleston Azuri. But for tonight, signing out for myself, Chris McPherson and Cass Davis, a big thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to bringing you some more football action very soon.